what's up, everyone? This is Jens from YenYorkCity coming to you live from New York City. And today we have a very special guest. I am excited because he is a freaking amazing drummer here on Twitch. And every time I come here, I'm always telling you guys, this is the way to go. Like, what do we do? What do we do with all this quarantine and the shutdown and everything? Well, there's venues, they're all closed, and we're looking for things to do. Well, the best thing is watching Twitch, right? Seeing the content creators here, seeing the musicians here, seeing them perform live while we're interacting with them. So to me, this is the way to go. And 2020 has been a crazy year, but it's been crazy good for streamers, especially musicians on Twitch. Hey, thanks for the sub, Art Rat. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the sub. So, I wanted you guys to check out more streamers, more musician streamers, because, I mean, to me, that's... Oh my God. Wow, tier 3 big spender, EJ Luna official. Thank you so much. And, of course, if it wasn't for you, I mean, this whole production thing, he's always helping out. So big shout out. Thanks, babe. So without further ado, I wanted to make sure that Chris was ready for me so we can bring him up, and you're going to get to meet him, and, well, not meet him, but on the stream, actually. Hey, TwitchCon's coming up. Hopefully next year we'll get to meet him if he goes. I went last year. It was a blast. I met a couple of drummers, and you guys know I love my drummers, and he's one of the best. So I'm going to put him on the screen, on the big screen, so you guys could see him, and let's get to know him better. Let's get to know him more in depth, and how he started on Twitch, his journey, and hear him rock out on the drums. So ready? Are you ready, Chris Darkman24?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. There he goes. Woo! Hey, how are you, Chris? AKA.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for giving this time and being here tonight. And also, everyone on the chat, welcome everyone who's in the chat. Creative Mind, Zach, Tunic is in the chat. EJ Luna Official, Stud Muffin. Of course, Darkman, that's him. Darkman is in the chat, so make sure to give him a follow. He's also going to stream. So if you guys want to pop in and out, be sure to give him a follow. Go in there, come back, whichever. It's cool. Who else? Let's see. Johan. Fluffy Potato. Oh, wow. You guys are coming in. Welcome. If you guys haven't been on my stream before, my name is Jens. I'm from New York City. I like to show you IRLs, live music, venues, and everything that's awesome in New York City. But, with everything going on, I kind of stopped doing the underground New York City stuff, and I started going on Twitch and saying, hey, why don't we just grow together the community while introducing people here, not just in New York City, but all around the world. We've had people from London, California, Brazil. We had Robson not too long ago. And today we have Darkman24. Chris, thank you so much. So I wanted to first ask you, how are you? How was your day?
I'm fantastic. I had a normal day of work and some house stuff, and then that's it. This is my next stop.
Wow. So is today normally your day to stream, or do you stream the same day every week, like a couple days a week?
Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and I stream for 3 hours for all 3 of those.
Wow. So, okay. I want to start from the very, very beginning because, let's find out what made Darkman24 Darkman24. And why Darkman24? Is that like a thing? Does it have a story behind the name Darkman24?
Yes, it does. So I'll start with the name. I am an avid gamer, as some of you may know from my second channel, which is Darkman24 Games. But I was a Halo player ever since Halo 1 came out. And there was a pro player named Darkman. And I was like, wait a second. I've seen a movie named Darkman, and now there's a guy named Darkman, and I just kind of stole it.
Oh, well, that's a good name. Dark. So 24, was that like any, like
20,
your birthday or anything like that?
Yep, 24 is the date during March that I have my date of birth.
Okay, all right. Oh, so that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, usually I see numbers or I see years and I'm like, is that the year you were born or is that your birthday? So yeah, okay, makes sense. So let's start let's go back. When did you actually start playing drums and when did you fall in love with the drums?
Okay, so a brief background. I'll start even earlier than that. I have two half brothers. I don't really call them my half brothers, but I say that because they're 10 and 12 years older than me, and that's not a normal distance between age. Okay. My middle brother is also a drummer. He doesn't do it all the time anymore, but he was an avid drummer growing up. And when he started drumming and taking drum set lessons and drumming in marching band in high school is when I started picking it up. I was 3 years old.
Oh, you was so small. You was a baby.
Yeah, no, I didn't really know how to do much. And my mom had gotten me this little red angled drum pad. It was red, painted red. It was wood with like a piece of old cracked rubber on the top. And I thought it was just like a normal drum pad. So I was just playing on it. And then literally, I would say maybe a week and a half ago, my wife showed me this video of like this 90-year-old guy like playing some crazy rudiment stuff on a pad. And I noticed he was playing traditional, which back in the old days, they had the rope drums, which is why you play like this, because you can't really play like that. He played the pad sideways so that the angle matched his stick, and I had never known that was what that pad angle was for. So funny side story, but I had one of those tiny little pads, and that's all I did is play singles and doubles and paradiddles growing up for years.
Wow, so you were like coming out of the womb and started banging on stuff, and you were like Bam Bam from like the Flintstones. You were like bang bang bang. You're just banging everything.
I don't know if I was doing like pots and pans and stuff. I never really asked my parents that. All I know is as soon as my brother started drumming, I wanted to do it because them being so much older than me, it was like whatever they do, I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case with any little brother or little sister. They always look up to their older siblings. And yeah. No, he got a drum set, and then, like I said, he went into marching band. So that's when he started teaching me basically anything he was being taught, he would teach me. And then he would soon become an instructor himself. And he actually taught the high school band that I went to for 6 years, just the drum line. He taught the drum line and the front ensemble for 6 years. And 4 of those years, all 4 years that I was in the drum line, we won first place percussion every single year, which was awesome.
Wow, that's amazing. So he teaches drum lessons now?
He used to.
Oh, he used to.
He doesn't anymore, no.
Okay. Wow.
He doesn't really drum anymore, unfortunately. He has a drum set still, and he still plays on it once in a while, but not enough, in my opinion.
I totally understand the whole you wanting to kind of emulate or like go, and do what your brother does, because my brother was a drummer too, my older brother. He's 5 years older than me. And then he did the whole band thing in school, like, the marching band and the band and stuff. And, but then he got into other things. And then when I was 16, I was like, well, all my friends were starting bands. And I was like, well, I want to start a band. I always sang, I always wrote, and I fiddled with bass. And then my dad's like, oh, well, you need to get a guitar. And I was like, well, I'm kind of into drums, like, because my older brother was into drums, and I just wanted to be cool. And like, I thought a girl drummer was badass. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to work the whole summer. I ended up working the whole entire summer. And I had my little brother that's 5 years younger than me. And I said, you're going to play drums, because I was already like pushed into the front. And I remember I saved all my money. I worked from morning to night just to save to get a Tama Rockstar drum set.
Nice.
And yeah,
Nice.
And then, he picked it up for a little while, but he was more into video games. He was more into other things. And then I was like,
you still have?
That's the one I still have to this day in my parents' house.
Nice.
And I'm going to bring it out one day. I'm going to and then my nephew, my brother's son, is a drummer also. and he plays in bands and gigs. Well, not now, but I'm telling him you should get on the Twitch, you know, like, and play
Why
drums.
not?
And so yeah, so that's one of the things that I've always encouraged people, like, don't just quit, you know, keep going. And now that people are kind of like in quarantine, not really being able to play in shows as much, they're starting to open up here a little bit in New York City, but this is where it's at, like streaming. So
100%. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I understand that completely. But also, how did you find out about Twitch and what made you start streaming? Was it games first? Video games?
Yeah, 100%. So I actually have a Justin.tv account. Do you know what Justin
Yeah, that was
TV
the
is?
original, right? The original Twitch. Yeah.
So I've been on Twitch since the OG days.
OJ.
So I had Justin.tv, and I had my original Xbox and Xbox 360 plugged into this awful looking capture card with the 3 RCA plugs into my computer, streaming at like 480p max and maybe like 20 frames a second. And I would stream Halo because I was a competitor. I would compete in a lot of tournaments for Halo, and I tried to make YouTube videos. That didn't really work. But yeah, so I've been streaming video games for years, and recently, I would say in the past 2 years, I've been streaming a lot of video games. The reason I got into drums is as soon as I saw the music and arts section of Twitch open up, I didn't really watch even like the 8-bit drummer who's been doing it for 5 years or something crazy.
Yeah.
Way before the music and arts section opened up, he was doing this. I didn't even notice them because I was so infatuated with League of Legends and Call of Duty and Halo that I would just watch all of those and not even care about anything else. I wouldn't follow anyone else, just the pros, because I wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I see these drummers. I saw Greggles was the first drummer I ever watched on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, how do I do this? And then I looked on my phone, and Streamlabs has an app on the phone. So I was like, okay, there's one bar that I play at that has internet, that has Wi-Fi. And I know it's good enough because no one else can get on it unless you have their Wi-Fi code, which is only given to like the staff and the people who work there. So I got it, and I was able to stream and do live music. And I got rated by John and Josh the first day I did it.
Yes, John, they're awesome.
So that's what got me into it. I saw Greggles originally a long time ago. Then I just started following people, and as soon as I got rated by John and Josh, it exploded.
Yes. Well,
They brought like 30 something people to a channel that I think I had 10 people watching because my friends were like, wait a second, you can stream your drums? How do you do that? And they were so like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing in the world. So I think I had like 10 people watching me, which was insane for me. I was like an average of 3 viewers.
Yeah, very beginning.
Yeah, it's been nothing but fun. I'll say that.
When did you hit live and did the drum stream? Because you used to
April.
This year or last year?
This year.
This year. Wow.
Yeah. April, the first week of April was the first week I started streaming drums.
We
I'm sorry, the last week of April. It was the last week of April, the 20-something, I started my first drum stream. And May was my first like real month of drumming.
Wow. So you haven't even done this for like half a year now, and you've taken leaps and bounds, and like it all happened really fast, right?
It exploded. I had 400 followers. I had joined a community with a bunch of friends, a Discord community, and I think I had 450 followers. But you know, Discord communities are Discord communities. You get a bunch of follows, but the views don't come with that. So anyway, all of a sudden I start streaming drums, and I was like, you know what? Let's do something funny for 1,000 followers because it's going to take me forever to get there, and I don't have to worry about it. And I said, I'll play all meme songs for 1,000 followers, and it happened in like 4 weeks.
What? Yeah, you do that on Saturdays, right? Is it Saturdays meme?
I don't do any meme streams at all. Ever. That's why it was a special event. The night I hit 1,000 followers, I decided I will do a meme stream for everyone. This is it. And then I said, I'll do it at 2K. And now I'm already at 1,300. And it's, it's been about a month. So.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it exploded. I had no idea how big the music scene was. And the amount of participation and joy that just come into all the streams. It's just ridiculous. It's awesome.
I do remember seeing you, even I remember you saying something about your setup on a stream. I think it was in Max A Drums. And I'm always in a bunch of music streamers because I'm always like scouting for the next awesome streamer. And
Max was a big help to me.
Yes. I'm a huge.
Yeah, I was in there
supporter.
And I was like, holy crap, this guy's got a moving camera. Like, what the hell is this?
Is it moving or is it me? What's going on? Yeah, it's
awesome. It was the first stream I saw. Greggles has like that crazy like rapid fire thing, and I was like, okay, that's a bunch of webcams. That's really cool. But Max had like this cinematic camera, and I was like, what is this? Like, and then I was like, holy, it's $400 just for the thing that moves. Never mind a $2,000 camera, but. He helped me.
You started slowly seeing how productions and everyone's different and everyone does like their own setup differently.
Well, I started with this, sitting up in a corner of a bar, pointing down at me, which I will still do when things open up. Mm-hmm. And that's all I had was my phone and my iPad talking to people.
So you did IRLs from your phone?
Sort of. But then Max was the one who was talking to me about like getting everything mic'd up because I had almost all the mics I needed except for overheads. Now I have my 2 new overheads and they're actually mine, but I had no idea how to get all of this stuff onto my laptop and then out to Twitch. And he was a big help in telling me basically the 2 different ways you could do it. And then SP Loves Drums.
Oh yeah, he's another one.
He's the one who told me, hey, I have this mixer, you should probably look into it. And I did, and I have it right now.
Wow. Yeah, so I follow both of them. I'm
3 channels. Yeah, John and Josh, Max and Sean. If it wasn't for those 3 people, I would not be here right now.
Wow. Well, that's the thing. The whole community of drummers are super supportive. I say it all the time.
100%.
And drummers are my faves. They're the heart of the song, the heart of the band, like I say. So I love my drummers because it's hard to find not on Twitch, guys.
You found one, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, yeah. And that's not my first one. I've been with drummers. I don't know what it is. It's something about drummers, And I've told myself no more drummers, no more musicians.
You're that EJ. No more musicians. You're it, I guess.
Yeah. So you never know. You can't say never.
Yeah. There's all the drummers who have all their Discords and like my Discord. I always say I will help anyone who needs help, and I will take the time. It's the people that, get all the help and then just run. I hate that.
No.
You know what? 9 times out of 10, they don't do that. And a big thing about my Discord is I love helping people. Whether it be computer stuff, if they have a question about custom computer builds, which I do, I help them build their machine online, then they can order all the parts and put it together. Or if they need help, hey, I have an electronic kit. How do I get it to go on Twitch? Or I have an acoustic kit. What mics should I get? Or I want to start drumming. What should I buy? I love doing that stuff.
And I see that everywhere. I see it on the streams. I see it on everyone's just chatting about, the whole techie stuff and like the parts. And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see that because that's how you grow your community. It's not just like they say it takes a village. Well, it takes a lot of people to grow, and it's not just, you can't just do it on your own. It's like people host you, people follow you through, like shout outs and things like that. So, and raids are big. So, if someone.
I have like 66 Samus. If you don't know who he is.
Yeah. Who doesn't know 66 Samus, right?
He rated me twice and blew me up. So another streamer to bow down to for me.
Yeah, he's insane. He does a lot of the metal stuff too. And
Bleed. I used to play Fortnite with him. Like, I would hop on and literally play video games with him for like the past, 2-3 years. And then, this happened.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. Solid drummer, awesome drummer. He's super funny and entertaining and talented. Like you're I go in there,
Thank you.
everyone's super nice, everyone's so welcoming.
The whole music community is nice.
Yes, yes. And then you
I
feel
found a huge difference. Oh, sorry. I found a huge difference between the gaming community and not just the one that I joined. I mean, the entire gaming community, which is millions and millions of people. And then the smaller music community, that's still a lot of freaking people. But there's almost never any issues. And when there are, they get taken away real fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. And oh, thank you so much for the host, Fluffy Potato. I love that name.
Oh, I got to click that button. Whoops. There you go.
Aw, thanks for the host, Darkman. I'm nice when my stomach is full. Yes, you can't have a grumpy drummer. You get a mangry drummer, right? No, but usually when you're drumming, it's like you're sweating, and then right after the stream, that's what you want. You just want to eat. And,
Food.
Yeah, and I totally get it when people raid and they're like, okay, like they stay for the raid and couples
Raid
like a
and
song.
run.
It's like, all right, I gotta run. You know, I'm starving, I'm dehydrated. So that's usually the way it goes. But it's
I
amazing.
wish I could sit here. Like, I don't know how Max does it, how he can drum for like 8 hours or 12 hours. I can't. I
know.
can't physically do that. The music that I mainly play on the stream because of everyone in the audience, I can't do that. 4 would be my max because that's what I do on a normal gig. I normally play 4 hours.
Yeah,
but that's it.
he would do like 12-hour streams and he would get rated and he's like, okay, this is the last song. He's like, oh, and then he'll
$5. Okay, I'll keep playing. Like,
I called him Max the Machine because he was just like a machine. He would exactly. Okay, one more song. 17 hours later, like he's actually done 17-hour streams.
yeah. No, my ears will be shot too, Luna. I agree.
Yeah, it is a great workout too, for sure. I hope I drop a follow. Yeah, make sure to give Darkman a follow. Give him a shout out. I miss having a drum set. Really nice setup. Well, you already know. I mean, this is the place to be. If you're not gigging and you're not streaming, you're missing out. Like, what are you doing? This is the time to be a streamer right now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so weird. I have a friend named Venix that I used to play Halo with. So seeing DJ Venix, that's funny.
Yeah, he was the DJ at TwitchCon last year. He was the official DJ. So.
Yeah, I know for a fact my friend Venix is not a DJ, so I know it's a different Venix, but that's funny.
Synchronicities. Yes. Yeah, he's coming.
Great song too.
Yeah. Venix is coming to New York City, so he plays guitar, drums, and everything, and we're gonna make music. So he's an awesome person. Shout out to Venix. Yeah, he loves Halo too. So hey.
Your name's not Aaron, is it?
Did you start DJing on the side? Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Wow. We're at the point right now where I'm gonna ask you. And I ask every drummer, everybody that comes into the stream, top 10 bands and top 10 albums that you will say influenced you with your sound, with, just being inspired, and what are your favorite albums of all time?
Sure. So I broke some down. I also included my favorite drummers too.
Oh yeah, favorite drummers.
And so there's a lot of bands that I like out there. Obviously, not obvious for you, but for not everyone in the audience. But my favorite band is Dream Theater, kind of like EJ Luna. If you've ever been to his channel, he plays a lot of Dream Theater. Mike Portnoy was more since high school. He was like the #1 drummer in my life, and recently that's changed to someone else. But my favorite bands growing up are Dream Theater, Rush, and Metallica.
Ooh, all the greats.
So those are the top 3. But if I broke it down to like sections of my life growing up, I would have to say growing up, and I'll give the band and the album. When I was a kid, my oldest brother was a metalhead and a hard rock guy. So I grew up with like Van Halen album 1984, the Journey Greatest Hits album, Metallica Black album. And then my drummer brother was a huge Dave Matthews guy. So Before These Crowded Streets, was one of their albums that I liked, and The Dreaming Tree, of course.
Oh yes.
In high school, when I got into prog rock and harder rock and heavy metal, it was Dream Theater, Images and Words, which is still my favorite album to this day. Symphony X, The Odyssey, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. I got into Porcupine Tree,
Oh,
and their
I
album
love them too.
Yeah, their album Dead Wing was huge for me. Judas Priest, British Steel, a band named Camelot. They're from the UK. Their album was The Black Halo, and then Rush, Moving Pictures. And I didn't get into Rush and Dream Theater and all these heavy guys until sophomore year of high school. Maybe late freshman year. But now, if I were to pick some bands right now, it would be Devin Townsend. So the Devin Townsend Band or Project, Strapping Young Lad, Gojira, Carnival, Incubus, stuff like that. So those would be
Carnival
my bands.
is an amazing band too that I started getting into because of Max. I didn't really know like Carnival
same.
like that, and
I didn't know Gojira until I started streaming, and I haven't
Same.
stopped listening to them.
yeah, aren't they amazing? Like those two.
They're so good. And then I can just give you a list of my favorite drummers. My number one favorite drummer of all time is Todd Zuckerman, and he's the drummer for Styx, the current drummer for Styx. He's also a huge clinician and a studio artist. And my goal in life is to have a studio in my house and record drums for people. I mean, could I do it here? Yeah, I could. I don't have nearly the amount of equipment I would need, though. So Todd Zuckerman, I would say Mike Portnoy. Mike Mangini's in there.
Of course, yeah.
But I like Portnoy, Gavin Harrison from Porcupine Tree, Dave Weckl, who many people might not know who he is, but he's a jazz fusion guy.
Oh yeah.
And he does a lot of stuff with Chick Corea. And he has a band called the Dave Weckl Band. He's ridiculous. Terry Bozzio was a big influence on me, even though I don't like Frank Zappa. I love Terry Bozzio. He's ridiculous. Simon Phillips, Scott Travis from Judas Priest. Who else we got here? Let me look at my list. Jojo Mayer.
Oh man, yeah. His
ridiculous.
videos on YouTube with all his like the whole thing that he does, what he does.
Yeah, his feet are crazy. Steve Smith from Journey, Steve Gadd, because you have to like Steve Gadd. I like Virgil Donati too. He's ridiculous. And Horacio Hernandez, who is a
Jojo.
Latin percussion guy.
Ooh.
Yo, I love Benny Greb, EJ. He's just I don't know if he made it on my list. No, he did not make it on my
honorable
list.
mentions. Honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions Benny Greb for sure. He's awesome.
Yeah,
And then Neil Peart, obviously from Rush.
Oh,
So.
rest in peace. I can't believe we lost such a good one, man. That this
I know.
year
That-
has been
that
like.
sucked. I
Wow.
almost felt the same when Portnoy left Dream Theater. I legit cried
Oh
that
yeah.
day. I was pretty upset,
Yeah.
and I was I'm not gonna say like depressed, but I was very saddened when Neil died, just because it was such a blow to us. He knew for a while and didn't want to say anything, and that's totally fine. That's what he wanted to do. But when it just comes out, boom, Neil Peart's dead. I was like, oh, geez. That was not a good couple days for me.
Yeah. We're all going through that now with all the greats passing away.
Yep.
Yeah, it's you don't see it, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and then you have the music though. You know, you got the magic of their music forever. But yeah, it's just knowing they're not on the earth anymore creating that's devastating you're never gonna see them live perform echoing in a venue or in a huge arena. That hits really hard.
I heard something that Rush was going to do something with a drummer and do like a not a sympathy tour, but you know what I mean, like a rest in peace Neil tour. I don't know if it's one specific drummer or three, but I heard something out there on the forums that might be happening. So I'm hopeful.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause some people get really
as long as they pick people who are passionate for Rush, like Yeah, that's the name that I heard. Luna. I heard Portnoy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he can do it. So he
Yeah.
knows all of that stuff.
Okay.
And if it's just him, I'd be happy with that. But if it's him, oh, why am I blanking on the guy from Foo Fighters? I can't think of his name now. Someone in the chat's gonna know it. And then he was also on the list.
He was a big. Yeah, that was one of his biggest influencers.
Not Dave Grohl, the actual drummer, Johannes. Yeah, Taylor Hawkins. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't remember the third name, but Taylor and Portnoy were ones that were on the list.
Yeah, I would say Portnoy. Yeah.
I would hope so.
And so, what are your favorite songs from your favorite artist and albums?
Oh my God, I have so many.
All right, you can put 10 or 20. I know a lot of people, they can't just pick 10.
Yeah, I can't. So Dream Theater, my favorite songs are probably Metropolis Part 1 and Under a Glass Moon. I'll just keep it at 2 for now.
For Dream Theater.
Yeah,
Those are the
for Dream
top two.
Theater.
Yeah.
Metallica. Oh my God, there are so many. I would probably say Seek and Destroy is one. One is the other one I would pick. I like that song.
Nobody remembers that song as much. I love that song.
Yeah. And I mean, I also like Holier Than Thou, which is like the third or fourth song on the Black Album, and no one really plays that song, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So I like that one. Obviously sad but true. Journey, I'm going to say Ask the Lonely and Separate Ways. And
yes, that's a classic.
Yep. Porcupine Tree, I would say Sound of Music or Muzak. Sound of Muzak. I like Dead Wing. And I like the one that no one can pronounce. It's like Anesthesia.
Yes, anesthesia or stack. What is it?
It starts with an A, and I have
It's like
anesthesia.
Yes, it's almost like I always think in my head it's like anesthesia, but it's not anesthesia, but it looks like it at first sight. I know which one.
Yeah, it's like anesthesia.
EJ knows. I requested that one a few times.
Yeah. That's a great song.
Oh, I want you to.
Gavin's one of the reasons I know how to tune my drums the way I tune them, because I used to drum Remo heads because I just did. That's what my brother always had. That's why I drummed Sabian. My brother always had Sabian, Pearl drums, and Remo heads. But I've recently switched to Evans heads, but I've kept the same combo of really thick coated top heads and single ply clear heads on the bottom, and I tune them on a piano. It's a half a step apart, the bottom being a half a step higher than the top head, and then every drum goes down a minor third, so it actually makes, if you're a guitar player, it's a diminished seventh chord all the way down the drums if you hit them at the same time. That's why when you hit two drums at once, they sound okay together.
Oh, 2 feet plays anesthetize.
Anesthetize.
Yeah, because it's like the spelling messes you up.
Yeah.
Does that make us like dyslexic or something? I don't know. Because we're because I remember it and then I'm like, what is it? I know it's like a nest and then I forget the rest. But yeah, that's beautiful.
I'll leave the songs at that. I guess I could do The Rush. Obviously, YYZ. I like Working Man. Obviously, what drummer doesn't like Tom Sawyer? But I'd have to say my favorite Rush tune of them all is Xanadu. I don't know if you know that one, but it's an epic, like 20-minute song.
Oh wow, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's really good.
Maybe that's why a lot of people don't know it that much. It's like one of those longs. It's really great for long car rides. Like whenever EJ picks me up, because he's in Jersey, I'm in New York City, we play a lot of Dream Theater, and it's like it goes by so fast because they got 25-minute songs, 60 minutes.
3 songs. You're home.
Like, we're home. Literally. Yeah, exactly.
My high school marching band played a rock show when I was in the 8th grade at the time, playing in the high school marching band, and we did a 70s rock show. We did Journey, Boston, Rush, and Styx. and that's where I started learning Rush. So my 8th grade summer going into freshman year, and we played Xanadu in the band.
What?
And that's what got me hooked.
Super cool.
Horrible show. Absolutely horrible show. We did not do well at all. But it was fun to play and fun to jump into the catalog of Napstering all of Rush's songs, because that's how old I am.
And we're jamming out along the way. Yes. So that's a good intro to the next question. How was your first actual gig? Not just, like, I know school, you said marching band. So that was in junior high school, going into high school?
My middle school was 5th to 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't split it in half. So starting in 6th grade, I did the indoor percussion group, which was in the high school.
Mm-hmm.
But since my brother was kind of a teacher, he's like, hey, my little brother can actually play and we need more people, so let's bring him up.
Mm-hmm.
So we played like some stuff on like pails and trash cans for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year was an actual indoor percussion show.
Mm-hmm.
So performing, I guess, indoor percussion was my first real performance.
Mm-hmm.
Besides like concert band, I was always in concert bands from 4th grade all the way to the end of high school. I was in concert band.
Wow. So you said you play gigs now, like in venues and bars and things like that, and lounges. So when did you start, and when did you get your first gig, and how did it go, and what did you play? Because I know you say you play a lot of like tributes and covers, right?
Well, I was in an original band in high school.
Okay.
And my friend who is the guitar player, him and I had been jamming for years. And then we finally found a bass player and a keyboard player who were friends looking for a band.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like an instrumental band for a long time. And then, I still had my first car. So it was somewhere between, I would say like 2009 and like 2011, we started playing shows.
Mm-hmm.
Just at very small bars for like $20 a piece.
Wow.
We would get like the door would be like $5 to get in, but there'd be like 3 bands. So I would get paid for like gas and sticks, because I would break sticks a lot.
Wow.
That's, I think, the first time I ever gigged. And then I joined a real, I would consider them a weekend warrior band.
Weekend warrior.
Yeah, so a band that would play all the time, every weekend. And, they have been doing it since the 70s.
Whoa. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guys in my band are much older than me, and I've put out like my band's name, like people can go see who we are on our websites.
Mm-hmm.
But we, the next guy above me, and I'm 30. The next guy's 55.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you're a baby. If Gary Vee ever spoke to you, he's like, "Oh, you're a baby. You ever seen Gary Vee?"
Every time, and even all my bandmates do that. They're like, "Oh, the young guy in the back." I'm like, "Jeez."
You have a baby face. You look even younger. That's crazy.
Well, the beard helps. So.
Yeah, you probably shave, and they're like, "What? You're underage." That's crazy. Yes. I love your emotes. His emotes are the coolest emotes. So what was I gonna ask? Oh, so your first gig was with was when you were fresh out of high school then, or college?
Yeah, my first gig was before. Actually, I don't even have the date. I don't remember.
That Fred Durst. No, it needs to be red. It needs to be a red Yankee hat.
Yeah,
Right,
I will never wear a Yankees hat, so sorry.
Oh no.
I'm a Red Sox guy.
Oh yeah, okay. So we already know he's where he's from.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was before college started, because once I went to college, that's when the band couldn't play as much, because they weren't in college. I was a year older. Technically, I was a grade older than everyone. One of the guys was older than me, but he had to he didn't start.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Darkman24. Shout out. Oh, thanks so much for the follow.
My wife in here?
Yes, Miss Darkman24. Thanks for the follow. And yeah, your woman, your lady, she's very supportive, and that's really important.
Oh, there we go. My first show was the day of her high school graduation, so that's in 2011.
Oh, see? You just gotta ask her. She knows all the facts, all the dates.
She
We remember stuff. We remember stuff that you guys don't remember.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, she is the book of knowledge in this marriage. So.
You know what they say? A great man always.
My gig. And what's funny is,
Oh,
in order for me to pack my car at the time was a '97 Ford Contour, just a 4-door sedan. The bass drum had to go in the front seat because it wouldn't fit in any other place. The only door it would go in is the passenger door.
Wow.
So the bass drum had to sit shotgun. She had to sit in the back seat and have like 2 drums on top of her and my bass drum pedals. So she's a trooper.
That's how you know she was a keeper. Yeah. That's how you know she's a keeper. Like the last time I was ooh, what did I do? Last time I was in oh, I did something. Oh yeah, okay, I'm back. I went and I took EJ was taking all his drums apart. He's still reskinning them. I took all his cymbals. I was in the bathroom on my knees, like scrubbing them and cleaning, shining his cymbals. And everybody's like, wow. Yeah. It's like, that's love, I guess. Because, you know, I was like, I looked at the cymbals and they were all shiny. And I'm looking at them. I was like, I'm really cleaning his cymbals. Like they're like dishes and stuff, you know? But yeah, I mean, like they say, a good man has an even greater woman, you know, behind them, you know? So that's love. That's how you knew. That's how you knew. She was just like, I'm going to sit here with your other babies, your little drums and your pieces and stuff. Yeah, that's the way to go. Like if you actually have a really supportive partner, it makes such a difference, especially streaming, because people don't really understand a lot of the older generation. I don't know if your older bandmates, they don't like, have you ever tried to tell them like we should stream and do a gig on Twitch?
Well, they actually asked me to do a gig on Facebook, and the we could get by on Facebook because we have a lot of our audience are all people, I would say, from mid-30s to 80s, and they don't really know what Twitch is or how to use it. And I've convinced a few people to watch my drum streams, and it's worked, but I don't think I could get a whole lot of people, so we're better off streaming on Facebook for that. And we have talked about, especially right now, doing that. And I said, look, I can do it from my laptop. I just bring this one camera and my laptop.
Oof,
and we
Facebook.
set it up. Yeah, we have to do it on Facebook, though.
Well, they're older, so a lot of them, that's like that's where they started, you know?
We would have to be like, hey, we're streaming on Facebook. Everyone, we're going live at 8 p.m. Make sure you sign on. And it's on their phones. They don't have to download a new app. They don't have to create a new account. They have it, and it's there. So yeah, Twitch wouldn't happen with the band. I mean, I could probably multi-stream to both, but yeah, not with the band, unfortunately. But they want to stream. They want to stream a show. If we can find a venue and a sound guy that has the ability to give me an audio interface in my laptop.
Wow. Well, you never know. I mean, look at how you shot up really quick and you started streaming in March. I mean, that should be like, that should make their eyes like open up like, wow, this is actually, it's working. Look at Chris. Look at what he's done in just a couple of months.
Yeah, I don't know if we would want to do that full time. I mean, maybe it would be possible if we had a place to do that. I wouldn't want to have to keep taking all of this down and redoing everything electronically to do it like once a month. That'd be tough. But yeah, it's something we've all talked about and thought about, because we're not going to be playing gigs until earliest January. Indoors. We're playing outdoor gigs right now. I have one set gig a month, every month, same place outside, and then we have a wedding to play. But that's all we're doing right now. No venues are having indoor music, which is fine because you shouldn't right now. But yeah, the outdoor venues, it's tough to come by an opening, and now in Massachusetts, they're limited to 50 people outside. So is it really worth that venue's time and money to pay us what we want and only have 50 people? they'd have to have 50 people all the time ordering a lot of food and a lot of drinks to make the money back.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Silly Rabbit, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, your boy Darkman24 is here today on the podcast. Yeah, we've been getting to know him more. We found out he started playing.
Yeah, we can talk on this way now.
Oh yes. Oh, so tell us, what's your setup? What are your favorite?
Yeah, I'll back up.
What's your musts on your drum kit? Like, what is it that you really say, okay, this is me. This is my sound. This is my setup.
Anything. I like to have three toms on the top and one on the floor minimum. Mm-hmm. I'll play with my rock band, my 70s, 80s classic rock band with all the old guys. I'll play a 4-piece kit sometimes. Sorry. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm playing a show, I want to have 3 mounted toms, one floor tom. This is just an added bonus that I like having on the other side. I sometimes put it over here, but I enjoy it on the other side. It makes it so I can do some cool looking stuff. And, you know, you can do a lot of things with your left hand that you can't do when you don't have a drum over there. So, but yeah, I like mirrored things. I don't have 2 ride cymbals, but I really like having 2 chinas, 2 hi-hats, and at least a crash on each side. Up here, I have 2 because, you know, sometimes you got to power it down and hit 2 cymbals at once. I don't really think I need many more things. I would love to put another splash cymbal where the what do you call it? The tambourine is, a smaller one, just so I can have 2 splash cymbals. And then I have the Mike Portnoy Max stacks that are up there, just like EJ's got those.
Oh yeah, because Portnoy, you know, yeah, he told me how.
Obviously the double pedal. You got to have a double pedal.
Wow.
For me at least.
Yes. Yeah, everybody's always asking, you got that double pedal going on? So you would say that you're more of so you said your brother was a big metalhead, and I see you love progressive, like the progressive rock and classic rock. So do you feel like you want to create full-on songs with the band you're with right now? Do you guys are you on, you know, like to making maybe your own songs soon?
No. So my classic rock, my 70s, 80s classic rock band is strictly covers. And my other band with mostly the same people, just add on 2 more, we're an Eagles tribute band. So obviously that's just Eagles. We're not going to do any original music. And my third band, which is more of a hard rock, heavy metal, progressive rock band, we're all covers again. Okay. Is it possible that down the line I could do something originally? Yes. I've talked to my keyboard player about doing originals. The problem is, well, actually, the problem right now is you can't get together. So everything has to be done electronically, and that takes a lot of time. It's a lot easier to get in a room, jam with someone for 2 hours, and then, you know, record that, bring it home, and then start working on it like that. But when you have to say, okay, why don't you come up with a riff, send it out to everyone, then we'll come up with something, then send it back, it becomes kind of burdensome. So.
Yeah. And then you feel like, oh, well, how are we going to even practice all these new ideas when everyone's going through this quarantine thing? But yeah, I mean, but it's nice though. You know, you could do both. You can also, like you said, probably end up writing for other people and creating, you know, I mean, I know that's like an option too, like you said.
Yeah,
Eagles tribute.
I've done one recording from here and sent it out just to see how it sounds. It sounds really good, but I haven't really. One person specifically asked me to do some recording over some parts, and I haven't done it yet. It's not because I don't want to, but it takes a lot of back-end reworking to get the mixer to do what I need it to do for that, rather than the streaming setting. Right. So I'd have to play around with it, and I didn't really want to mess anything up. So
what are your favorite songs to play then, on other than Dream Theater? Because I know you do play a lot of Dream Theater.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm on stream, so I've kind of made the name for myself of heavy metal prog guy, and that's people come in, they're like, hey, play Tool or play Animals as Leaders, and I can't play either of those. because those are very, very specific drum styles that I don't know. I know Dream Theater because I've done nothing but listen to them for, 15 years. But when it comes to what I like playing, I mean, I like Bruno Mars. My wife will request some stuff from Bruno, or I like 311. I like Foo Fighters. I like the normal classic rock stuff just as much as I like the prog stuff. And I don't think a lot of people know that. Some people come in and one specific person that actually works with me in the same building I work in, she requests a lot of old school classic rock, and she understands that I like that too. But not a lot of people request that stuff. So, but I'll play anything, and I'm a huge Dave Matthews fan, and I rarely get Dave Matthews songs. I rarely get 90s grunge. I'll get like an Alice in Chains song once every 5 streams. But like Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
You're talking my language now. You're talking my language.
Yeah, I like all of that stuff.
Yeah, grungy for life for me. That's when I really got into music, when grunge was really big. So yeah, I'm definitely, what did Tufi say? Yeah, that song's, yeah, I saw 311 last summer with Dirty Heads, and they were so fun. So fun. I love 311. It's just...
Chad Sexton is one of the best. He was a marching guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's got a lot of chops. And I always tell people that if you want to get better at drum set, you should try to learn marching band percussion. If you can chop out, you can't see, but I have 2 rudiment posters next to me. If you can learn all those rudiments to a click from 80 BPM to 150 BPM, you will increase your chops on the drum set, hands down. I don't care how many people say you don't need rudiments to play drums. You 100% do.
Yeah, you
and
do.
Can you get around it? Sure. I know paradiddles. That's great. You could get around playing paradiddles for the rest of your life. You'll never get any better, but you can do it. But if you learn the marching rudiments, which can be applied right to the drums, or... Hold on. Trying to find a book. Where is it?
Dropping that knowledge, you need it. Yeah, some people want to just learn. You need to learn the basics. Here,
if you're a drummer and you don't own this book, you're doing something wrong. Just gonna say it. This book right here, hands down, is the best hand and foot workout book you can own.
Oh my God. Do you know that? Do you own that? Do you own that, Luna?
Anytime you go to a music store and you say, I want drum lessons.
That's an old book. He's like, okay, so EJ knows. EJ knows what's up.
This book is, I can't even tell you. I've had this book probably it's over 20 years old.
Wow. And it's in good shape. Nothing looks like it's falling apart. It's still...
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? This is not the only stick control book. The first stick control book I had got ruined because of rain, because I had it at marching band and it got wet in the binder. So this is the second one I've had, but I've had this at least since 2010, because I have things back to lessons in 2010 and 2011 in the book, because I have it dated.
So anyone...
I took lessons with one person outside of my brother teaching me. I took lessons for 6 months with a guy who drums for another local band in my area, and he was teaching me sight reading, because I had never really done that on drum set. So he's like, I want you to sight read while playing the jazz groove. I want you to play everything with your hands and feet. Sorry, I'm getting a potential spam call on my phone.
Wow. So is that if you get, okay, because I'm taking drum lessons, FYI, guys. I'm going back to my roots, and EJ's doing the tier 3 is getting drum lessons. So I've been a tier 3 actually for like how long now, and also tier 3 for max A drums, because I really love them and support them. And I think that's a good idea. Like, that's a good perk to have for tier 3. So
they give one lesson out per month?
Per month. That's not much. Know that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I think tier 3s should have a little perk or something, and you could do it on Discord or something, but I feel like if you're gonna learn, yeah, those things are very, very essential, right?
Yeah, I'm always up for teaching people remotely. Obviously, I can't, say in the chat, Tufi, he lives in Tasmania. I can't teach him. It has to be remote. So if anyone, and I've always put this out there, if you want lessons, people can always DM me and we can figure something out. I see Silly Wabbit says, I like to know if the Eagles tribute is just a gig or a passion project. I really like the Eagles and I like the people I'm playing with, but it's just a gig for me. That gig pays way more than some others. And I'm sorry, but if people say they're gigging on the weekend all the time, every month, just because they enjoy playing, 9 times out of 10, if it wasn't paid, they wouldn't be doing it.
That's true.
I mean, I love drumming because I enjoy drumming. But if I was playing in a band, driving an hour to a gig, playing 4 hours, packing up again and driving an hour home and then having to unload and reset everything up, and I was getting paid $10 or $20, I would say no.
No way.
This is a minimum. This is what I would like to make. And this is sometimes what you make. That's the Eagles band for me.
We got to eat.
The Eagles band makes more because we sell more tickets, because there's a lot of people that don't want to spend the $250 to get an Eagles ticket. And they're like, okay, we'll go spend $25 on this band and we'll get to hear the music by a decent band that can play it well. So, but yeah, I would say, I get paid about 4 times more in that band than in my classic rock band. So
wow.
It's 100% a gig for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic
No,
band.
Don Henley was not a huge influence on me for his drums. Absolutely not.
He's like shutting that down. He's like, no, not at all.
He comes up with some really nice parts, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not YouTubing Don Henley to learn how to play drums. But
I mean, they're
Eagles are fantastic.
Yeah. What's your favorite Eagles song?
Those Shoes.
Those Shoes. Mine's is one of these nights.
That's a great tune. And I mean, it's like Eagles are like AC/DC.
Yes.
In the fact that if you tell a drummer, I want you to play Take It to the Limit perfectly, I will give you a day to learn it. I guarantee they won't play it perfectly. It's just the same reason, or the same way I would say, go learn Thunderstruck. You know how hard Thunderstruck is? It's not as easy as you think. All those cymbal hits, all the bass drum notes, the singles or the doubles, and all the upbeat hits that AC/DC has, they are not the easiest band to cover. They're the easiest band to sound decent while trying to learn how to play drums because their beats are simple, but they are one of the hardest bands to master.
Oh, yeah. So, mad respect.
Eagles are the same way.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and they have a really long category. So, you guys got a really solid gig, and you can play so many songs and mix them up.
Yeah. No, we have, I think we have like 50 Eagles songs that we know.
Wow. That's solid. That's a solid tribute band.
Is it fun rehearsing for that? No, it's not. But is it fun playing for an audience? 100%. 1 hour in. EJ. Reporting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, we wanted to get to know Mr. Darkman, He's one of those streamers that, if you watch him play, you guys got a little bit more info today on when he started. He started playing. He was influenced by his older brother. And he's also playing in 2 different bands, 2 different cover bands. I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2 cover bands and 1 tribute band.
Oh, the Eagles band. Wow.
Yep.
All right.
And I do want to throw out there that
oh, he does YouTube videos too.
Well, that too.
Can you actually put in the link for his YouTube? I think I had it, but I'm not sure if it's on this channel.
It's youtube.com/Darkman24.
So is it Darkman in all platforms? On Twitter? On Twitter, no, it's TV, right? At the end.
Yeah. If they go to my Twitch channel and you look at the panels below, there's links to all of my stuff there.
Yeah, so make sure if you guys are not following Darkman, give him a follow, Darkman24. And
I do want to shout out my wife because she puts up with these really loud acoustic drums and me buying equipment,
Yes.
playing very loud, and running away to the basement for 12 hours a week. Actually, it's way more than 12 hours. I drum for 12 hours. It's probably more like 18 hours that I'm down here a week.
Wow.
And that's not including practicing or anything else. So big shout out to Mrs. Darkman because
She's amazing.
yeah, I love her and she puts up with me.
Miss Dark, she's a saint. Yes, and a super supporter and amazing. And do you guys have beep beep? Oh, thanks for the follow. And oh, I remember you. Yes. Hey, sunshine. How are you? I'm here. Oh, glad you got to.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy. Yes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's solid to have a partner that actually understands your passion. And
Yep.
yeah. So do you have a little one? Are you a dad? Are you gonna teach your son one day to play the drums if you ever have a son?
Well, if I ever have a son, you 100% can put it in the books that I will try to teach them drums. I'm not going to force drums on any future child of mine, but yeah, I will 100% try to influence them into playing music of some sort. And yeah, get them hooked on tennis because I like tennis too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great sport to play, tennis. Aw. Well, Chris, it's been a pleasure. I want everyone to check out Darkman24 if you haven't. His community is amazing. As you could see, he has awesome people there and also very welcoming, and he's super fun. He's really good with chat. You're really, really good with chat, by the way. And you have
Thank you.
Yeah, like, because sometimes it's really hard, to do both. And you're really, really good with chat. Very natural.
It's hard to not be able to talk while playing, though, because if I have this mic on, it picks up everything and amplifies it even more. And there's no way that I can talk on this. I'd have to have this separate from my drum mix and do that like RTX voice like some people do, but I don't have that yet. Minus reading names. Yeah, I'm horrible at pronouncing names. I am absolutely awful at that.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm going to pronounce a name wrong, and I apologize in advance. I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to screw up your name.
And then even if they tell me 100 times what it is and I still get it wrong.
Yes, exactly. So what would you tell people that are starting on Twitch? What is the main thing they should focus on when they start drumming or creating on Twitch?
If you have the ability to purchase good cameras, do it. And don't give up if you have a low number of viewers. It will be that day that you will get rated by someone much bigger than you, and that day will absolutely come 100%. Like it happens to everyone, and then you will start growing. I can guarantee it. I was a very small streamer, extremely small, and I got rated by one channel. That's it, one channel, and I took off. So network with people, go into other music streams if you're doing music, make a name for yourself in other people's chats, get to know people, become friendly, chat with them in Discords, join a lot of Discords because it will help you out. And I guarantee if you stick with it, it will grow your channel. What was the stream that rated me? John and Josh rated first, and then 66 Samus rated me twice in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's amazing. He really believed in you. Samus was like, yeah, this dude right here, he's awesome.
Yeah,
he rated twice.
Gene Hoagland also rated me. I've had a Max raid. I've had a lot of people raid the channel. It's been ridiculous. Chainbrain the other day raided me. Yeah,
what?
That was. Yep.
Wow, blessed. Super blessed. That's amazing. Well, you deserve it.
Not Matt Heafy. He doesn't know me.
Yet.
But yeah. All right, so you want me to play something? Is that what we're getting at?
Yes, we're getting to the part where you guys get to see the magic. You guys get to see him do all his
Why don't
glorious...
we play your song first? Why don't you tell me which Dream Theater song you want me to play?
Well, I love Metropolis, and I heard that that's one of your faves, too.
All right.
So I'd love to hear that one. Play Bleed, of course, right? Joe, you had to say it, right?
Bleed? No, not happening. All right, let's do a little bit of Metropolis. It's a long song, but we will do it. And let me know if you have to type in the chat if the audio is weird. That's all.
Got
But
hosted
here
by
we go.
Mitch. Mitch is another amazing drummer. I love his
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
His setup
Yeah,
is so cool.
He's from Australia, right?
Yes.
And Dan Drumstone, his
Dan.
cameras are ridiculous.
Yes. We met
They're
him at
so
TwitchCon
good.
last year. Super nice.
Yeah, see, I don't go to TwitchCon, so I won't be able to meet people.
You don't think? You don't think you'll probably want to go?
I don't like traveling.
Aw. Well, what if
I'm not a big
they have
traveler.
one in New York City? They need to start
Oh,
thinking about that.
No, they 100% need to have an East Coast one. If it was in New York City, I would 100% go. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So let's hope that, we send it out to the universe and it happens in the East Coast because, I mean, it was fun.
I hope so.
But-
This should be every other year.
Exactly.
Just like PAC.
I said the same
PAC
thing.
East, PAC West, PAC South. There's so many. But they need to have it New York City, LA. New York City, LA. Or not even LA. Have it somewhere where it's not as crazy as traffic. Put it in like San Fran or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. I agree. Mitch and Robson have great productions. Yeah, I had Robson on the podcast 2 weeks ago.
Robson and I are doing a collab at the end of this month.
Oh yes, we gotta mention that. I forgot.
August 25th, myself, Robson Baroli, Dutch rocker who is a what's that game called? Rocksmith. He's a Rocksmith streamer, and then the Daily Bob, BAHB, who's the keyboard player in my metal band. We're all collabing, a 4-person collab, bringing you a metal in Prague power hour on the 25th.
That's so awesome. Yeah, the other day, was it Saturday? You rated EJ Luna official, and then we took the people that we got stuck around in the stream for a while, and then we went and rated the Daily. We rated him, and it kind of went full circle. So that's how it is, That's how it grows. That's amazing.
That's it. All right, I got Metropolis queued up. Are you guys ready for this?
All right, guys, ready for some Dream Theater? That's one of his specialties because, huge influence, Mike Portnoy.
Right.
All right, guys.
How many times I mess up?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Darkman24 in York City. Oh my god, that's a great song. All right, so Nightmare here. Darkman24 here on YenYorkCity.
All right.
All right.
It's the last one I picked, so hope it's a good one. Here we go.
Okay. Wow. And we got a raid. Thanks so much for the raid. Oh my God, who came in? Renee Rosa? What? What's up, Renee Rosa? I know I've been in your stream before. I met you through Ken, the silence noise. And was this is Zach too? I know it's just such a small community. Everybody knows each other and it's amazing. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you for bringing your peeps here. Thank you so much. And today we have Darkman24, amazing drummer, as you guys could see. And yeah, he's beep, beep. Thank you so much for the follow, Val. Oh my God, it's been such a great stream. I don't know if you want to do one more for the raid. I don't know if you guys, I mean, he does love Metallica, so I don't know, maybe we'll get him to do a Metallica song. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, Chris. But
do we want a Metallica song? Is that what people want?
Do you guys want a Metallica song? I don't know why I was thinking like Sad But True or yay! Valerie, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Thanks so much for the raid. Yeah, you guys missed it. I mean, you guys could see if you guys watched the replay. Yeah, we learned a lot about Chris, Darkman24. He also has a YouTube. If you guys want to go check out his YouTube. He's just been doing this since March, guys, and he's been blowing up. He's been really popping off on Twitch, you know, doing these lives. He does it 3 times a week, and yeah, you guys got to give him a follow because he's definitely somebody to know on Twitch because he's doing big things and he's blowing up and he's really doing awesome things in the community, doing a bunch of collabs with Robson, the Daily Blob, is it? What? The Daily Bob.
The Daily Bob.
Yes. And what was the other guy? Dutch, right? See, I'm trying to remember.
Dutch is here too. Dutch Rocker's in the house.
Dutchy, shout out. What's up? Thanks so much for being here, guys. So yeah, you guys made it for like the very last song. We've been talking to him for a while now, and it's been really fun. Thank you so much, Chris, for your time and space.
Anytime. And
your energy. You're really awesome. Great guy. Great content creator. Everything. So
looks like Renee wants some Megadeth, and I know what song I'm gonna play now.
Ooh.
You want me to go? You want me to just do it?
He's going to do it. So Darkman24 here in YenYorkCity doing his final song for the raid. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy.